Okay, January 15th, it's Wednesday. As you can see, it's dark out, so we're cutting video here right at the end of the day. I think that was the wife calling on the new phone. That'll be a completely new other video because I just shot the whole video for what I wanted to share with you, and the phone rang, got me nervous. I touched the button and shut it off, and I wasn't done. So, yeah, I'm in hot water with the wife with the telephone. We had to buy a new phone, and I was under the impression that you didn't buy telephones, that you just swapped them out. She said, maybe 25 years ago, where the hell have you been? I said, well, that's why she handles that stuff. I have no idea what we pay, that you have to make payments on it for 36 months, like a bloody car. I had no clue. So now I'm going to be a lot more careful with the phone. It's going to stay over there if it even comes out here. But yeah, I got to make this one real quick now because she called and I got to call her back. We ran all of our fuel lines with the setup I have in the SavTech setup I have in a carburetor via Tom Barth. Thanks, Tom. It's worked since 2010. It worked on the Laydown. It's going to work again on here. It all has to do with inlet needle and seat. Without looking at my notes, it's a 250 or 300. I can't remember, but that's why the bringing it together, one going straight in, and when the floats come up and shut it off, it comes out here and returns to the tank. Because of the pressure of the needle and seat, the inlet needle and seat, right? That the needle at the float shut off. Whatever that one is, that works with this particular setup. And I've never had a problem on the Laydown. The only issue I have had, a Road America type thing, Nelson ledges, long sweeping right-hander, fuel tank on the left, motor carburetor fuel pump on the right. It would, but it would kind of starve. So what we did is we put a inline shutoff in the return line, which we're going to do on this as well. I'm not sure if we're going to need it. Here it is, inline shutoff, right? We're not going to put it on our steering wheel like the fruitcakes, these hot shots like the Lawnmower Man and the rest of those guys. They got some dial it down on their, no, come on. We either turn it on or we turn it off. At Daytona, you would shut it off because you're going to need all the fuel to the carburetor. Grattan, you can open it up, run halfway. Gingerman, same deal. Actually, if you had it on and shut down and all the gas going to the carb, at a Gingerman, 6 gear, and it'd run like it's fat. You'd actually have to back your foot off, drop the needle down into the tube to get it to, but you're not running flat out. Ask me how I learned these things. Okay, so this is going to work for us, and that's how we're going to do it. We got us an outer cable housing. This little end deal is the one that wouldn't fit in here. Remember when we were doing that? And guess what? It won't fit in here either. So we're going to hold off on connecting all this until we get the bracket from AIM to hold our gauge in place. We're concerned about clearance here, obviously. You see how much of it sticks down below. The bracket comes in here on this middle bolt, but you got this whole section here that is going to be in the way. It's on the same side as that clutch lever, right? So before we go putting stuff together and then having to rework it, we are waiting on this bracket. I got a hold of them in December, 17th of December. Never ordered it until, I think it was January 2, they came back to work. It was a Wednesday, Thursday, something like that, right? Called them, ordered it, still don't have it. 15th of January here on Wednesday night, still don't have it. So called them back, had them check into it. The guy said, oh yeah, it'll be another week and we'll get it out to you. You know, we have a snow emergency weather situation here. I said, dude, I'm north of Detroit. Don't tell me no snow emergency. UPS comes right to your building. You ain't got to go out in the snow. If you're answering the phone, you're at work. If you can get to work, UPS can get to you. Man, don't Don't try to flim-flam Big Daddy. You get that thing in a box and get it to me. At first when I ordered it or when I checked into it, I said it wasn't a big deal because, you know, I'm up north and, you know, it's snowing and, you know, we're not going to need it right away. Well, now I need it. You know, and that's usually how it goes, isn't it, when you order something? If you tell them it's no big rush, it could take you months. So we need to deal with that bracket, and we also need to deal with, are we going to use the e-box with it, or are we going to go with just the display? If we go with just the display, I need a temperature lead that has the 2 temperature split on the end, because we certainly want water temperature, and I prefer exhaust temperature. What I have right now is I have 2 temp leads for the e-box, separate. One is a plug-in extension, right? So you have a probe, right? And this would be your extension cable. And that water probe we put in line here is got that. It's not the what they call a K fitting, that yellow fitting with the 2 different size blade fittings on it that plugs in. This one is it plugs in and then you screw it down tight, or they just snap together, one of the two. Like the old Micron 2 Speedo connections are like that, right? So that works with this one, right? So we got one temp that's already working, but this one is this. What is this, folks? This is like a head temperature. It screws in to the head. You know, it doesn't sample water. It just screws in. So you got head temperature. I don't know, man, I'm a Micron 2 guy, okay? Simple, stupid, right? 4 digits and some flashing lights, and that's all it does, and that's all I ever needed. Why would you want something like this? What is this? Head temperature, is that like spark plug temperature? Is that supposed to simulate the water flowing right underneath it? You know, there's no hole in it, so it can't sample water. We're going to sample our water right from the hose coming out of the motor, so we need an EGT probe, which means if we're going to use this, we're going to need a whole new, but it has to have, it's more than likely going to be like this one, like this other one, different connector, probably the K connector, the yellow with the blades on it, with an exhaust probe. So if it goes bad, you don't have to buy a mile-long cable, you just buy the replacement probe, right? So that's another thing. We don't know what we're doing. I don't know nothing about this thing. This has got its own tack lead on it. And then, of course, I took the tack lead off because the gauge had its own tack lead, too. I know I don't have to use this. And what is this for? Is this a GPS, a track mapping? Man, I don't need to do all that. So what I need to find out is it going to be cheaper just to get one dual connection? And if that's the case, I probably won't be able to use that water probe because it has the old school connector on the end. So the dual connector, I haven't looked at them yet, but I'm gonna guess it probably doesn't have this end on it, does it? Man, Ben, Bobby's out there with you. If he's driving you nuts, hop on and give me some kind of help down below in the video and tell me, you know, what is available for this stuff, and what should I get? The easiest way is I think is going to be to get the split single cable and just use the display. But this doesn't have speedo, man. I want all of it. If I can have all of it, I want all of it. I've got almost all of it here. So I think maybe we just get rid of this one and replace this with something like this that will sample exhaust gas. And then it's on like Donkey Kong. We have our lap timer. We have our speedo. We'll need a little magnet for the rear axle and all that kind of stuff. But hey, so that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. We got a bunch of things on the list we're going to knock off right now. I'm going to bring you on over and let you guys knock these things off. In the description of that last video, I kind of had a lot more stuff. We don't need any hose clamps. The hose clamps are here and they're done and they're on, so we're done with that. We do need an EGT probe or a split temp lead We need to talk to AIM and find out what's going on with all that. Sort out the clutch cable. Need an outer. Okay, so we know what we're going to do with this. We're waiting on the gauge, but I mean the cable's on there and waiting. So fuel line's done. Done. What else we got? Steering shaft butching change back. We're changing it back so we can take that off our list. It's a 2-minute job. Look at you guys go. Pipe, EGT bung. Need a probe. Damn it. So we're held up there too. I suppose I could just weld a bung on there and then drill it and tap it for whatever probe I get. And I'll more than likely just do that and put those springs on. Rear bumper, nose, and pods and nerf, that stuff's still coming. Got to get this other stuff, I think, squared away. When we run out of things to work with, because we don't have probes and we don't have brackets and what have you, then we will start moving on to the first one, the pods. I don't need to go anywhere. I have everything I need to do what I want to do to move the pods away from the tire, get them level with the ground, all that kind of stuff. I can do that without leaving the driveway, so to speak. Nose, I'm gonna have to hem and haw about what I want to use for material. That plastic that I showed you I got from Chuck, to go to a store and get more of that plastic, that stuff's heavy. Man, it's heavy stuff. So I may have some aluminum, like 2x4 tubing, extruded tubing, little chunks of it, little pieces of it. So if that's the case, yeah, we could bolt those to the nose and then bolt the black add-on pieces here to the outer edge of those and fudge it together. We'll have to figure it out. We don't know yet, but we've got a couple things knocked off. It's getting a little bit better. It's just tough, man, when you're waiting on these guys, your shopping list. Wish we had a cart shop with a lift driver, or a what do they call it? DoorDash, cart shop dash. What do you think, guys? We could be millionaires. You send me the dough and I'll get it started. Okay, Godspeed. God bless. Hang in there. Hey, I'm still laughing and smiling. She's coming along. And it won't be long now. We'll get it standing straight up and down on a stand and get it the heck out of our way. And get some more of these construction jobs done before the wife really gets mad at us. Hang in there, y'all. It'll get better. Lord willing, it'll get better. Randy, Glenda, Happy New Year. Love you guys. See y'all.